do have one more thing I did want to cover here, quick, fast. And then I'll get out of here. I had a rant the other day. Drake. Big salute to the Steady Mobbing podcast crew. You know what I'm saying? Man, like the Shot Review, aka Glory, Black Mob, aka Pause Time. That nigga got the most pause-worthy quotes that a podcaster could have. You know what I'm saying? That's my broski right there. Salute to Black Mob. But I did a episode. They did an episode with us not too long ago, but I did do an episode with them before that. And I forgot about how many rants that I had in that episode. I'd be ranting Ricky Dread. You know what I'm saying? And there was a couple of things that they posted, or there was one thing they posted from it that I was like, I said that? And I want to know if y'all agree with this. Jake and Tory and those guys are so huge. Hold on. Rewind. Drake and Tory and those guys are so... Y'all saying this? 1 second. Huge. Pause. Is because they don't sound like nobody else, fam. Even when Drake, quote unquote, culture vultures other people's sounds, when his voice cuts into the track, you I hope this beat is a copyright free beat, man. Don't do that to me, broski. Don't do it. No, that's Drake. Combination. No, that's him. I can't say the same for all the rest of these guys.
I'm not the clone. You're the clone.
The man from OVO came in with that underwater beat sound and everything like that, and then Bryson Tiller and everybody started riding. He's going in the tune, right? Everybody started biting their sound. There was a minute where everybody was doing that OVO 40 sound. They didn't follow a trend. They created a trend.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Reason that. So, I'm going to bring that question to you guys. Why do you guys think that Toronto rappers haven't reached that level yet? Okay. We can definitely hear the Atlanta sound. We can identify what would you call that? The Detroit sound, you know, that offbeat, on-beat rap. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely identify what a West Coast flow is, right? Even a West Coast beat from back in the days that, you know what I'm saying? You hear that in the beat and you're like, oh, that's that West Coast shit. Yeah. Right? So what can we do? What do we have? Do we have a sound? You know what I'm saying? Or do we have an accent over other people's sounds? Like, I get it. There's a lot of original sounding rappers out here. Okay, don't get me wrong. There's people who stand out from the pack. But I'm talking about on average. As a person who gets a lot of music submissions, do we have our own sound, or do we just have our own accents over other people's sounds? Okay? Like, I've heard a lot of people send me Detroit beats, and they're just rapping saying Wagwan and Demand Them over that. Okay? That's not having your own sound. That's you rapping over their shit or remixing one of their songs, and you just sound like you. Right? Or, and I'm not even going to diss the auto-tune guys, because there's a lot of good people who rap with auto-tune on their voice and stuff. I'm cool with it. However, it doesn't make you really separate from the pack. So if you are doing that, you better be doing wonderful things with those vocals, dancing on them beats with them flows to really separate yourself if you're going to be an auto-tune rapper. And there's a lot of those out here. So what I was saying in my rant there, ranting Ricky Dread, is that when those guys, and I know you guys would be like, yo, that's the OVO lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go again. Friday glazing dread. Ha ha. No, I made that one up. You know what I'm saying? But them mans, when they came through, they came with their own sound. You know what I'm saying? Drake then forward to the music industry by himself. He bought the homie 40 with him. He bought Boy Wonder with him. You know what I'm saying? So when they decided to go and create music, they created a whole sound. When they did the So Far Gone album, that was a whole sound that they created. It wasn't just, oh, listen to this guy who can rap. It was like, listen to this guy who can rap. Listen to this backdrop of that Toronto aura, you know, that dark, mysterious type of thing that like a lot of people jumped on that wave of. Okay? Especially back in those, that early 2010s times, niggas was jumping on the wave. This may be the reason why that motherfucker's so popular to this day. Because he didn't just come through and be like, oh, I'm a good rapper. I'm a better rapper than the rest of you guys. Nah, bro. It was the production. It was the team behind him. Okay, it was the combination. Okay. Salute to, somebody said Press Machine Friday. Press Machine is sick. He's got his own sound. He's got a distinct voice. You know when you hear Press Machine cut through on the track. But if Press had a one go-to producer or a couple of producers that can create that aura, like 40 is the main go-to guy. Okay, besides just, he doesn't make all the beats, but he marries the whole product together. You know what I'm saying? What songs, the song orders, the interludes, and those little extra beats that pop up at the end of the different things, and you know what I mean? He be putting his foot in it, as well as behind there making sure everything sounds super crisp. But that all helps to create the sound. You know what I'm saying? When he goes to Boy Wonder and gets one of those, let me get in my bag and just be brolic and, you know, give me a faster BPM beat, then it's go time. You know what I'm saying? But those guys created a sound together where now when you hear it, it was like, oh, that was the OVO sound. You know what I'm saying? It's Matt Alexander says Drake and Tory don't miss when they drop music. You can't tell they're from Toronto. That's why I think Americans take to them well. That's a possibility too. It's just that, like, when we lean into that narrative, to me it breeds don't be yourself. But I do understand what you're saying when you guys say that. You know what I'm saying? Because Drake, you know, people say he's a chameleon, ray-tay-tay. But he didn't just come through sounding like combination. You know what I'm saying? More tune for your head top, so watch how you speak on my name, scene. He didn't start all that. Okay? He was Houston, Vega, what was that song there? Houston, Lana, Vega, Drake, or whatever. He was Worst Behavior. You weren't hearing none of that. Yo, what's going on with the dogs, them? He wasn't chatting, no. He wasn't even using the words chatting. You know what I'm saying? He had to take time and really, really get the American public's attention. And I'm not saying for the Toronto rap, be yourself, because now he walked so that now y'all niggas could run. Because now everybody in Toronto, they have an audience. They have people over here who are in tune to the Toronto music, who look at these guys like superstars. Like, oh my God, I met Casper yesterday. Holy shit. Ah! Right? Besides the other guy who was talking about Casper and they had to get the little 1-2s. Right? Salute to Casper. But when people see them guys on the road, now they're like, yo, that's a superstar. Right? And, you know, these guys are completely being themselves, rapping in their own accent. That is one person I would say that they have their own sound. Okay? Let's stop right there. Casper and K Money and them, they got their own sound. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear the beats, especially like that 2017, 2018 times, they had a certain tempo, a certain bop on the beats that made you feel like doing the little gun dance that they had there. They found that little tempo and they were like, give me all of the beats that are in that pack. Only give me those tempos. You know what I'm saying? So, one second, gang. Yeah, so there is at least one, I can say at least for those guys, they came with the beat and the flow. You know what I'm saying? They got who's this in the comments saying? Peace Love says Moji with the dance moves. You know what? Smoke Dogg and those guys had a sound too. Right? But they also were, and with all due respect, they were also riding the wave of the different sounds that were coming out at that time. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to Drake over the years, I almost lost focus. I was going to say, when it came to Drake over the years, he didn't start giving you the Wagwan, yo, the man them, and what was one of the first lines that I heard him say where I was like, what? Mans are getting wasi and something. And I said, wait a minute. Americans are not going to understand those types of lingos, bro. And that's when I realized, now he don't care no more. He got him already. And that was after Nothing Was the Same. Anything post Nothing Was the Same, and y'all can, as the OVO lawyer, invisible lawyer, whatever, y'all can go back in the catalog and go and check. Anything prior to that, you weren't hearing no accents. None of them chats and none of that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? The most he may do, because he did the Find Your Love, and he had reggae tunes, but he wasn't trying to rap with any type of Toronto slang until after Nothing Was the Same. And then he dropped 0 to 100 real quick. And then on that song, that's when you started to hear him start to, say 1, 2 little things that we say in our accent over here. And then from there, the floodgates were open. He dropped the Views album. The man was on top of the CN Tower. He said, this one's going to be for the city. And then from there, he was really digging into, like, this is what Toronto is. Like, Western Road flows, all that type ish. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like right away in your face, pause. It was like, it's got to seep that Toronto-ish in there. When Carnal first came through, it was like, no. Cardi slang. It was like heavy Caribbean influence. So I don't know if the Americans were ready to really take that in yet. They were like, it's a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Is it reggae? Is it hip hop? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? When he caught the Dangerous track, he was out of here. You know what I'm saying? It had a certain bop to it. But the other stuff, we loved it. Okay? Hustling, all that stuff, we love that. But for the Americans, it's like, I don't know. I can't understand all the reggae stuff already. Reggae doesn't completely translate to all areas of the United States like that. To now to take that and really blend that with the hip hop and then push it to the Americans. It's a tall order, guys. I'm just saying. Like, if we really want to backtrack and really examine it, you're asking them to take Elephant Man and Busta Rhymes in one. Like, Busta Rhymes wasn't even giving you that much patois as a Jamaican American. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of seep that into their mind. It can't be a right away. No, take all this, yo, wagwan, yo, it's curry chicken, yo, wagwan, yo, oxtail. They'd be like, what? Nigga, what? I'm from Alabama, nigga, what? So those guys had the perfect game plan when they first came through. And after that, they did, start to really show the Canadian culture, show how we talk over here. And we have a mix of the Caribbean culture and the Marleys. Like, he couldn't just say Marleys from the first album. They'll be like, who are these guys talking about? Who is this Drake guy, this light-skinned guy trying to talk out all this slang? Get him out of here. It best I ever had. He had to, like, sneak in Somebody told me in a survey I did the other day. I might be able to pull up that little piece of the survey. He said he didn't know that Tory Lanez, right? Right, the person who's in the title of this video, he said he didn't even know Tory Lanez was from here until years later. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like an immediate, oh, that guy Tory Lanez from Canada. Nah, it was like, oh, he's from Canada? For real? Oh, cool. I kind of like him. Right? So there's a process to this. But yeah, man, I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention. I had my little rants sometimes here and there when it comes to getting on these interviews. You know what I'm saying? And big salute to the guys from the Steady Mobbing podcast once again. I was very pleasantly surprised to see that clip. Where is the clip again? Just so y'all have a little bit of reference. Drake and Tory and those guys are so floating around in these airwaves. You know what I'm saying? So salute to that man there.
We love hip hop.